Hello YouTube, what is up? This is Frost the Hobidon, and we're going to look at another death battle. This death battle is Leon Kennedy versus Frank West. Check out the original video down in the description down below, and we'll get this video started right about now. Alright, let's do this.
Surviving the undead apocalypse takes grit, perseverance,
That
and
is
an
true.
army's worth of firepower.
Yep.
With all that and some luck, these two became experts in zombie fighting.
Leon Kennedy, the top cop and government agent in Resident Evil.
And Frank West, the backyard wrestling MacGyver of Dead Rising.
He's
Their games are awesome, by the way.
And
Go
it's
check
our
them out.
job
It's
to
really cool.
analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, we're doing this in Sprite.
As a child, Leon Scott Kennedy's father instilled in him a strong sense of justice.
You
Following
started
in his
off as a
footsteps,
child?
Leon joined the police force, determined to uncover
Okay.
the darkest riddles and uphold
Didn't know
the
about
law.
that one though.
So, for his first ever assignment, he took the biggest challenge he could find. Instead of picking an easy job like dishing out dastardly parking tickets, he was off to Raccoon City to investigate a bunch of mysterious murders.
His instincts were good, perhaps too good. Officer Kennedy wound
Yeah.
up choosing the most challenging and dangerous assignment he possibly could have.
Yeah, it turns out Trash Panda Town was due for a big old
Oh, wow,
zombie
Trash
outbreak,
Panda Town.
and Leon got stuck in the middle. How's that for hazing the rookie?
He wasn't a rookie for long. After fending off the zombie threat and even taking a bullet,
From the grassy knoll?
Leon was recruited by the American government as a special agent, bodyguard, and their go-to specialist for apocalyptic events.
In all cases, the people that are bitten become infected themselves and go on to attack others. The only way to stop the spread of infection is to destroy the infectee's brains.
In other words, shoot them in the head.
His training at the police academy turned him into a pretty tough guy. But as a special agent, he became unstoppable.
All thanks to his extensive firearms training, extreme driving tests, and the study of tactical response scenarios.
Guess what martial art they teach American Secret Service members? A traitorous Russian one called Sistema. And Leon is an
Sistema.
expert at it.
Sistema is a free
That's an interesting fighting style.
focusing on
Cool.
disabling targets via pressure points and joints. While not specifically
Ah.
lethal on its own, Sistema also involves quite a lot of training with knives and firearms.
That's good, because I don't think fists would be enough to take on monsters like the tyrants, skinless dogs.
Tyrants are
and-
unique
Is
mutants
that
that
Gene
are
Simmons?
tough enough to
Right,
survive
these
you
bioorganic
molten steel
weapons, or
and strong enough
BOWs,
to
were
stop a
far
moving
tougher
tank.
than your ordinary run-of-the-mill zombie.
Alright then, this is
Thankfully,
gonna be
Leon
interesting
has
then.
the weaponry to take them on.
He's efficient with just about any kind of gun, but like
Mutant
me,
dog.
he loves carrying around his favorites, including the
That's one
Silver
way to get rid of
Ghost,
that one.
a unique pistol specifically designed for him. He's also got a modified 50 caliber.
You got a
Desert
gun
Eagle
designed
Magnum,
for you,
a
that's
gift from his father.
then you're in
Lucky
good hands.
bastard. All I ever got from my dad was a sore cheek.
While he
I'm
has
sorry
no
to hear
problem
that.
dual-wielding handguns, Leon is extremely proficient in dealing damage with heavier weapons, such as the M203 grenade launcher or his ludicrous rocket launcher special.
This red-tipped wrecker of an RPG is far more powerful than an ordinary propelled grenade. The gun itself looks similar to a classic RPG-7 model, first used as an anti-tank weapon by the Soviet Union. Since the red grenade is so deadly, it's probably a thermobaric explosive booster, which can launch over 600 feet for a 60-foot wide explosion. That's
Wow.
more than enough to take down one of those bow wows.
Leon has plenty of
That's
experience
his
with
last
hand
resort
grenades,
then,
rifles,
weapon.
flamethrowers, etc., but one weapon stands above them all.
His knife. I knew it. That
Oh,
knife
yeah.
is very
Leon's
handy.
combat knife is way more than some plain old bread cutter. He's practically magic when it comes to his skill with a knife. And if he gets hit, he'll be fine. Probably. I mean, he's wearing
Probably,
lightweight
wow.
level 3 tactical body armor, which can stop bullets from a magnum and even some rifles. If he does take a hit, he's carrying some healing herbs, which he can also take a hit from, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh
He's
no.
not snorting drugs, Boomstick. Healing herbs have a history
And a Rick and
of being
Morty
applied
clip. Are
as
you
an
serious?
aerosol spray or ground up within paper.
Well, once Leon became the government's numero uno answer to all their zombie problems, he was stopping outbreaks all over the world. He had to pull off some awesome feats to do it. He even had to make some horrible sacrifices along the way. Like
That
that
poor bike.
poor Ducati.
Leon is strong enough to crush a skull or even force open the jaws of a giant infected shark. The shark appears to be similar in size to a great white,
That is a
which
weird
has a bite
shark.
strength of nearly 2 tons of force.
That
Wow.
shit's crazy! And speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about Leon's relationship with boulders.
Relationship with what?
Boulders! You know, they're like really big rocks. Think you would know that. Well, he fought Chris Redfield to a standstill, the famous boulder puncher himself. And while
Yes,
Leon
he
doesn't
is.
seem to have Chris's brute strength, he did push over
The
this
main
giant
characters
rock with a little
in
help.
Resident
Leon
Evil for
is
me
pretty
is
quick, too.
Leon,
He's
Chris
dodged
Redfield,
bullets, a
and that
moving laser
woman
grid, and
who was
even
being
outraced
chased
this
by
tire, which,
Nemesis.
according to the
You
Inside
know what I'm
Biohazard
talking about.
Guide, could run up to 43 miles per hour.
He's even thrown his
43
trusty
miles,
knife
that
fast
is
enough that
fast.
this creepy guy didn't even react until, oh.
The average time for a person to perceive
Oh,
and
wow.
react to
Yeah,
movement
that.
is a quarter of a second. Leon appears to be about 30 feet away from his target Salazar here, meaning he threw his knife around 80 miles per hour.
The average
That
speed
is
for
fast.
most world-class knife throwers is only 35 miles per hour, so he's more than double that.
That's insane. He's superhuman, isn't he?
Leon is tough, having survived blows
But
from
you would never
various
get me into one of those,
large and burly
blades.
POWs.
Blade throwing.
He even matched the strength of Umbrella agent Jack Krauser. Krauser was strong enough to perform a 30-foot vertical jump.
That is a high jump. This guy don't skip leg day.
Most, making Krauser potentially 15 times stronger than the average man.
At this point, let's just say that Leon is basically
That is
superhuman.
insane,
It's like he has
and I like
zero
it.
weaknesses.
Au contraire, Boomstick, Leon has his fair share of baggage. He's pretty gullible, oftentimes tricked by those wilier than himself.
Go. Save yourself.
Is it just me, or does everybody always ignore what I say?
Like her?
Pretty much.
You think he just might be trying to get laid? Lord knows I've done a few dumb things on that quest. I don't know about his chances, though, rocking that hairdo.
But after more than 15
He turned out
years of
fine.
nightmarish catastrophes, Leon's mental state has become more fragile and more reliant
Oh.
on alcohol.
Ah, you and me both,
Aw,
pal.
man, come
He
on.
always needs a little chaos in his life, and when it comes
Leave
down
the alcohol
to it,
out of him.
that's what makes him such a friggin' badass.
Better try a new trick, cause that one's getting old.
Have they ever made a movie on him?
Upon first impression, Frank West seems to just be your average journalist, but he's
Frank West,
far
ladies
more
and gentlemen.
I'll say, he's covered wars, you know.
As a photojournalist, Frank will regularly go far beyond the Call of Duty to
He's
uncover
52.
his next big scoop. It was this ironclad determination which led him to a mall in the town of Willamette, Colorado, where he found the zombie apocalypse.
What? Did you just say zombies?
But Frank's down
Yep.
to rough up dozens of zombies every now and then. And with his wrestling history and battlefield experience,
He was
got
a
the
wrestler.
skills to do it.
Despite never having fired a gun at another person before Willamette, Frank discovered he's a natural when it comes to firearms.
He's handy with all sorts
That's
of
good to
guns,
know.
like pistols, shotguns, machine guns.
I have
and a
seen
beautiful
Dead
minigun.
Rising, the video game
I love
gameplay.
it. He's even got
Even
a
played
Silver
it.
Ghost, a unique pistol specifically designed for government agent Leon. Hey, wait a minute.
But bullets can only last so long.
In other words, he got one of
against
those guns,
a
too.
never-ending zombie horde, so Frank was forced to improvise.
And thanks to being in a shopping mall, he had plenty of options.
From obvious choices like sledgehammers, baseball bats, and chainsaws to out-of-the-box picks like shampoo, lipstick, lawnmowers, and a shopping cart, Frank has an
Lipstick?
uncanny ability to effectively weaponize pretty much anything he gets his hands on.
Garbage, toys,
That's the
food,
best
you
thing
name
about
it.
this game.
This guy does not overlook anything's death-dealing potential. He even uses his camera flash as a weapon.
His primary camera appears to be a Nikon D100, which has a flash color temperature of 6000K, or crystal white. When used up close, it's nearly as effective
Marvel
in the
vs.
eyes as a
Capcom.
flashbang grenade.
Anyway, Frank survived the zombie horde with flying colors. His next step was obvious. Profit from it.
He became famous overnight. He was named the Hero of Willamette, hosted a TV show, and scored all sorts of endorsements.
His
Oh,
love
really?
of using baseball bats to smash zombie skulls in even landed him a great commercial deal with Deadwood Pro Baseball.
Good for him.
Damn, so he's making tons of money off of killing people. My dream.
I know, right? All these zombies were technically people once, so when you really think about it, this whole situation is pretty
Freaking awesome!
Of course he
living
would.
the dream, buddy. You earned it.
Anyway, fame is a fickle mistress, and it wasn't long until Frank's 15 minutes of fame were cut short. He eventually
Of
became
course.
a college teacher, but not before
that's nice.
several more encounters with the undead kind.
And the more he fought him, the more creative he got about it.
Frank's greatest asset is his impressive ingenuity. With nothing but his blood, sweat, and tears,
and a shitload of duct tape.
Frank
That too.
perfected the art of combination weapons.
Like the paddle saw, where he took a kayak paddle and strapped on a couple chainsaws for
That
a
is clever.
rip-roaring good time.
The electric crusher is an invention combining the power of a car battery with the weight of a sledgehammer, crafting a Mjolnir for mortals.
The
That is
Blitzkrieg
awesome.
is a freaking wheelchair powered by a car battery,
Oh, wow.
firing machine guns all over the place. Stephen
Car
Hawking
batteries
could have
are-
even beat death with that.
He
Oh,
can make
come
a laser
on.
sword by sticking a gem into a flashlight. Don't ask me how.
And the Reaper is the
I was gonna ask,
unholy
but
union
okay.
of sickle and samurai sword. Wow, and all that is just scratching the surface. He's even got
He is
combo
very
vehicles
creative
like
with his
the
ability,
exosuit,
with his
That's
combination
a suit made of
weapons.
slurping machines.
Wait,
which
really?
shoots ice tornadoes. Talk about cool, pun intended.
Even stranger,
Oh,
Frank
come
has
on.
used an arcade machine to miraculously copy some of the powers of fellow Capcom characters.
Oh,
You're a
I
wizard,
remember that.
Frankie.
I remember
No,
that
these
one.
not magic. These powers come directly from costumes most commonly obtained from the machine. For example, he can don Ryu's ki to perform hurricane kicks, or Mega Man X's armor complete with a Mega Buster.
You are what you wear. Speaking of costume changes, sadly, Frank eventually was caught by zombies and wound up becoming another mindless slave
Yeah,
of the
that
undead
happened.
horde. But it's okay. He got better.
Frank has pulled off a lot of impressive
He was cured by a
feats,
machine
despite
called the
having
Barbie's
little formal
Lab,
training aside
which
from
completely
maybe a
removed the
3-day
zombie
combat journalist crash course. He's
infection
killed
from him.
hundreds, maybe
Alright.
thousands of zombies, giving him one of the highest body counts in video game history.
He's really
Cool.
strong, too. He can pull a zombie's limbs and head off no problem. And in the exosuit, he's pushed around a 2-ton car.
He's tough enough to
That's
survive
impressive.
long falls and devastating helicopter crashes with little issues. And he's quick enough to catch up to and board a train moving 15 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. He can even hop off
Nice.
zombies' heads like a ninja so well that the zombies barely even notice.
Wait, they don't notice that he's literally jumping off their heads? How the hell does he pull that off?
Very carefully. But Frank has fought more than just mindless zombies.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
some crazy clowns with chainsaws and a freeze gun, and plenty of other psychomaniacs. This is my stuff! Including
Okay.
Max Corporal Calder,
Don't
the
touch his
world's
stuff.
first intelligent soldier zombie.
Also, I think it's important to note many of these feats were performed in a span of 72 hours with no sleep or rest. According to a study on sleep deprivation in 2010, an
I like that. I missed that
average physical
episode.
and mental health begins to severely
Not miss it, but I like
deteriorate
that
after
episode. You know what I
36
mean.
hours of no sleep,
I remember.
resulting in disorientation and even hallucinations.
Here I thought heavy drinking was the only way to legally hallucinate. Well, time to binge Netflix until I trip balls.
Whether by inhuman stamina or just a shit ton of adrenaline, Frank was in peak condition for twice as long as he should have been.
There's that journalist determination again. Sure, he may be a bit of a self-serving asshole, but he's pulled off the impossible more than once, even when he got into his 50s.
Once a survivor, always a survivor.
Interesting.
Snag your very own disposable Digi-Jeep disposable camera. It's fantastic.
I mean it. Seriously. I need a raise.
That you do.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and
Hold
for
on,
all.
there's gonna be a Blue
But
Apron
first,
commercial.
Let me tell you about how you can be the evacuation complete.
Pause it right there. Who's gonna win? I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to go with Leon Kennedy because he has fought weirder stuff and he's a super soldier. Frank Castle, I like you, dude, but I'm gonna have to go with Leon Kennedy on this one. Here's my headcanon on these death battles. I think the real characters, like the real video game characters, anime and other characters, they sign up in these. They sign up to make clones of their of themselves, and their clones are going to be fighting the death battles while the real characters are watching them and given information assigned by Wiz and Boomstick. Like he just get these guys to make a clone, legally make a clone of themselves with the information installed in those clones. So the death battles are basically the clones, and the real characters are watching this. Because let's be real, I think Leon Kennedy and Frank West would get along in fighting a zombie invasion and team up for a bit. Because yeah, it's just Wiz and Boomstick putting them in these situations to have them against each other. But that's just my headcanon. My headcanon is basically the real characters, like all the characters sign up for Wiz and Boomstick to make clones of themselves, and those clones will be fighting to the death. And they get to watch to see who's better without having the real guys actually kill each other. Plus, they can bring them back.
State officials are prioritizing outbreak containment, yet there are still reports of looters within the city. Who knows what these people
think it's a good headcanon?
Sweet! Just what I was looking for.
Oh, really?
What are you doing? No one's supposed to be here.
Never stopped me before, pal.
I like the voices. Use a shopping cart as a weapon. Nice. You brought a bat to a knife fight. Oh.
See you in a flash, buddy.
Oh, wow. That was... Even signed the FU on that. Oh, wow, that zombies. That's gonna be a problem. Wait, so are y'all gonna work together to take these zombies out? I take that as a no. Oh wow, they're fighting each other while fighting off the zombies. That's cool. Frank is doing pretty well, but Leon still got him.
Give it up, man. You can't keep up with me.
Wanna bet? I've covered wars, you know.
Yeah, that is true. But
That's nice,
but what?
I fought them.
Yeah, he did. He did fighting them.
Lucky me.
Oh wow, Mega Man armor. Oh no, it looked like more like Mega Man X armor. Oh, someone's having fun. Nope. Oh. Good thinking, but was it durable to hold that blast?
Nice to meet you.
Are you serious?
Why don't you chill out?
Oh, come on. Nice to meet you. Why won't you chill out? Oh, man. I was liking it, buddy, until you made the ice puns. I'm a white line with ice powers. But still.
It was ice fighting with you, buddy.
Are you serious? Ice fighting with you. Oh, man, that's gonna... You got cocky. Even I don't make... I got ice powers, too, just like Blaze has fire. Oh. Alright.
Something tells me Frank won't be coming back from the dead this time.
Frank's cheeky strategies and endlessly creative arsenal certainly put up a good fight.
I guess the zombies immediately turn Frank into a zombie when he got blown up.
Tough cookie, but Leon's superhuman abilities
And Leon
were
immediately
just more
ended
impressive. Frank's pushed a 2-ton car, right?
Yes, which is similar to Leon holding back the shark's 2-ton biting force. But his boulder feat was much more impressive.
That is
By comparing
true.
the boulder's size to Leon, it appears to have weighed around 9 tons at minimum. While Leon did have help pushing it, even half of 9 tons is much heavier than anything
He was 7 times
Frank's
stronger
lifted
than
or
him.
pushed.
Leon and Frank seemed equally tough, but Leon was...
I don't know. I'm not sure how math
timing, laser
math
dodging,
is.
and hell, Leon's
Screw
speed
it.
and precision with his knife on its own is more impressive than any speed feat Frank's got.
But
That
in
is
the
true.
end, the most important question was whether or not
I knew
could
Leon would
cope
win
with
because he is a
Frank's
super
insane
soldier.
weaponry and unpredictable creativity.
Well,
But
train up
Leon's
to super
seen
soldier
plenty
levels.
of
He haven't
crazy
taken
shit in
anything
his
to make him
career,
that strong.
And lots of surprising and off-putting monsters.
His years
That
of
he
formal
did.
training and more consistent combat record certainly lent him the experience needed to win. He's survived numerous battles with enemies powerful enough to one-shot him, and he's shown plenty of creative strategy and critical thinking mid-fight.
Like when
that
he
is
fought
true.
Tyrant Glenn, using momentum from his own injuries and throwing a friggin' motorcycle through the air. Leon was,
that was
just
impressive.
Too fast, too strong, too experienced, and too badass. He was frankly on his game.
Oh, come on.
Is Leon Kennedy.
I'm gonna pause it right there. I had a feeling Leon would win. And as my headcanon about fighting the clones, I bet the real Leon and Frank is probably ticked off that his clone lost, but he respects the man. Plus, these two would work well together when they fight zombies together. I bet Leon would probably I bet Frank probably owe Leon $100 or something as my headcanon. But yeah, this is a really good battle. I really enjoyed this, and I can see these two working together. If they weren't put into a death battle by Wiz and Boomstick, it was getting interesting until Frank had to start with the ice puns. I mean, come on, man. You start with ice puns, you're already hated by most people, dude. But you're still awesome. You're still awesome, Frank. You very creative and managed to hold your own. These guys have accomplished feats. It's just seeing who's better. And the ice puns, were they serious ice puns? I'm a white lion with ice powers, and my ice powers works the same way as Blaze the Cat's fire powers. But even I don't make ice puns. Unless I really want to tick people off. I mean, seriously, it was ice fighting with you? Oh man, that was terrible. Funny, but terrible. Alright, who's going to fight next?
This episode of Death Battle. If you want to check out commentary for this episode, you can click the little box right over there for a first membership trial.
And if you want to grab the music from this fight, go ahead and do so. It's down in the description.
Okay, who's winning? Doctor Strange? Dr. Fate? Alright! Marvel vs. DC! Alright then, Doctor Strange versus Dr. Fate. Next time on Death Battle. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. What were your thoughts on this death battle? Did you enjoy it? Do you think Frank should have won? Do you think Leon should stay victorious? What do you think about my headcanon that all the characters sign up to Wiz and Boomstick's death battle to make clones of themselves, to see their clones fight to the death? Do you like my headcanon idea? That's what I like. That's how I think of it, because that's how else they put other dimensions of other characters' information into one character information. I mean, yeah. Take care. Have a great day. Be safe, because you guys are always awesome. And thank you for subscribing more. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, stay frosty, everybody.